Hey, what is up guys, Digirex here, and today we are talking about the most underrated exotic for PvP in Destiny. Now, I haven't seen people use this exotic for ages, and it actually is really good, and the exotic we're going to be talking about today is the 347 Vesta Dynasty. I mean the Boolean Geminiscence. Yeah, the Boolean Geminiscence. So now, right when Taken King came out, I saw a ton of people using this weapon. It had almost as grindy as a questline as the exotic sword, and it is a scout rifle that you can obtain from the reef. And if you don't have this, where have you been? Have you even played Destiny? Because this is one of the easiest exotics to get in the game. You do have to put in some grind time with it, but I did this pretty much right when Taken King came out, so I've had this forever, and I haven't done a video on it, but it is actually really good. And this is a special exotic because it actually has two exotic perks, which is kind of crazy. So the first one is called One Way. Bonus agility on precision kills stacks up to 3 times. And then you have or another, bonus armor on non-precision kills stacks up to 3 times. And this is fun because you can pick your exotic perk. I normally get precision shots, but I feel like the armor is better in PvP. And the armor actually lasts a while. It lasts for like 13 seconds once you get it. And it can stack up to 3 times, so it's really useful for gunfights. And the agility, I can see I get more kills probably with precision shots, but I really don't care about agility as much as armor. So now this row you got perfect balance, hammer forge, and single point sling, and perfect balance is really good, maxes up the stability, but this weapon you really don't have problems with stability. But with single point sling you can move quicker while aiming, so this helps with strafing and winning gunfights. Unflinching, it's easier to aim under fire when using this weapon, and then I'm just running smooth ballistics for a boost to range, because this really doesn't make too much of a difference, as you can see on the stats here. But I'm going to show you guys some highlights, and I'm going to talk about why I think this weapon is so good. So guys, some of the reasons that I think that this weapon is the most underrated exotic in Destiny is because it's actually a really good scout rifle, and I know that the Mida is totally the meta in the Crucible, especially dominating all over other scout rifles right now, but this scout rifle can actually beat Mida at further ranges, because you take more time with your shots, and especially if you are a better shot, you are going to be beating Mida at further ranges. So now this scout rifle here is a 4-shot kill, and you can get 2 headshots and 2 body shots, and you'll see me body shotting for a lot of my kills just so that exotic perk can proc here. Sometimes I do get headshots just because it's convenient for me to get headshots. It's easier, it just does more damage. Like if somebody's rushing me, I'm obviously going to go for headshots because it doesn't matter the exotic perk procs if I'm dead. And people shotgun rushing, I'm just going to spray at the head as much as I can. And sometimes, I mean, you just honestly accidentally hit the head, so yeah. You probably would proc the agility more, but I like the armor better. I think it's definitely more useful in the Crucible. And yeah, this rifle with just the stability is crazy, and I don't even have max stability. I don't even have perfect balance on the middle row, but the stability with this is insane. Just because it fires pretty slowly, it's not too slow. Like it's not like the Colovance's Duty, but it's not as fast as the Might Multi-Tool for sure. It's somewhere in between, but just because it fires as slow as it does, you really don't have any problem with the recoil. It goes straight back to where your reticle was at the beginning before you shot. So all you have to do is keep your sight on target, and I actually really like the sight for this weapon. It's just like a regular red dot sight, which I think is good. A lot of weapons in Destiny don't just have a regular red dot sight. This is kind of the ones just have a red dot reticule in the middle, and I actually really like this because if you guys ever played COD, red dot sight is like what I roll with all the time. Red dot sight is just a really good scope, and I like it a lot. So I really like the scope. Oh, that's my phone. But I really like this scope a lot. It helps me be really accurate, and this weapon is a beast at longer ranges. Like, I know the Colovance's Duty is a beast at longer ranges, but this thing is a beast too, and you don't have to sacrifice the fire rate for the damage and accuracy at longer ranges. And not to mention, the exotic perk pretty much procs on every kill, which is super helpful. Like, I get body shots on purpose just so I can get a little armor boost, because honestly, headshots only give you 10 more points. They might kill a little bit faster, but not with this weapon, because it's going to be a 4-shot if you headshot, or if you get 2 headshots and then like 2 body shots or whatever, so it's still going to be a 4-shot no matter what. So yeah, it's just good to get those body shots, which I think is really good with this weapon. And yeah, this is a really unique exotic because it's the only exotic with 2 exotic perks. Or it's kind of one exotic perk, but you can switch like what it does or something. I don't know. It's 2 exotic perks, let's be honest. So that makes it really good. You can switch depending on playstyle you like. Like if you like more agility, you can totally run with that. It's still a really good option, a viable option, and it procs on nearly every kill. And this is just a solid scout rifle. The stats are good. It's got good perks. It's just a really solid scout rifle. And I think this is really underrated in the Crucible, even though it does take up your exotic slot. It's still a beast scout rifle, and I think that's why this is the most underrated exotic in Destiny. And I saw tons of people using this in the beginning of Taken King, and then a little less, and then a little less, and now I pretty much don't see it at all in the Crucible, just because Mida and other scout rifles have taken over. But this is a really solid scout rifle at longer and mid ranges. So now you do want to be using a shotgun with this, as you saw in the beginning clip there, that I got a triple kill with the shotgun. So this is the kind of weapon that you can't take on oncoming rushers with. It's really bad for those shotgun warriors that just Titan skate or sprint right at you. But this is really good for mid to long ranges. And that's my phone again, I'm sorry. And you can outgun a lot of different scout rifles, including the Mida multi-tool at really long ranges, because a Mida does have more recoil than this, and if you are accurate, you can totally outgun a Mida. So that's why I think this is the most underrated exotic in PvP. If you guys have this, you should have it. I would definitely recommend trying it out. It's a really solid scout rifle. I like it a lot. Super good exotic perk, and this is a weapon that looks cool also, the aesthetics. I mean, it's just a unique scout rifle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is going to wrap it up. I really like the scout rifle. You guys should give it a go if you haven't already. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you like Pokemon Go, Overwatch, Destiny, The Division, Call of Duty, or Big Titties. This has been Digirx, guys. Peace.